Hey guys, welcome back to Why Wait. I'm Chris, and today we're talking about propane because it's that time of year. It's starting to get a little bit cold out, and as RVers, well, we need to use our propane to stay nice and warm. Now, we're not going to dive into lots of tips and tricks on how to full-time RV or how to camp in the winter because we've done those videos in the past. We'll have some links down below if you guys want to go check that out or learn maybe about the gas stop or propane safety. We've done a lot of different videos. But today I want to talk about a thing I just recently learned, I never knew, and I found it confusing, and now I've figured it out, and I thought, well, maybe some other people don't know this either. So, and again, you can comment down below after we talk about this. Maybe I'm just an idiot and I had no clue and you guys already knew this. But I want to talk about the little switch in your propane bays between the two tanks that you switch from tank to tank to, let you know which tank you want to run off, whether you want to run off the left or the right or both at the same time. Now, before I get into it, this little tip that I'm about to talk about, I will say that I learned this by taking the RVTechcourse.com from the National RV Training Academy. You guys may know Todd Henson down there in Texas. He runs the National RV Training Academy, and they have an online program, a RV Tech course, which they have two versions of it, and they recently sent it to me, and I've been taking it. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you know this. And I can't speak highly enough about this course. I'm learning all kinds of things, like this little tip that I'm about to talk about today. It's just a great course for mastering electricity, how to understand your furnace and your water heaters, your refrigerators, your ACs, how to not only troubleshoot them, but how to fix them too. And that's so important if you spend any time in these RVs. We all want to save money. That's why a lot of you even come to my channel, because we don't want to hire, RV techs to come out. There's a long waiting list. We want to do it ourselves. So if you guys want to feel more empowered and learn a lot about, the RVs, go ahead and check out this course. Again, it's something I really believe in. I was living in my RV for a long time, and I've been fixing a lot of things, and after taking the course, it even opened my eyes up to things I didn't know, and I thought was just really cool. So we'll have links to that down below. You can save 40% by using our code WHYWAIT, and go check it out. I think it's a great thing that everybody should really honestly take before they get into RVing. So let's go ahead and get to it. Most fifth wheels and travel trailers have two propane tanks, one on each side. A lot of times we refer to it as driver's side and passenger side. Now, there's a spot where those two hoses meet up, usually above one of the propane tanks, as you can see right here, and there's a switch on top of it. And you can turn that switch, and you can turn it to where it points toward the driver's side, or it points toward the passenger side tank. Depending on which tank it's pointed to, that's the tank you're going to be running off of. Now, at first, the switch alone was confusing to me because the switch kind of extends out, as you can see, and you can't actually see up in here. As you can see, it's way up in here, and you can't even read it or see the top of it. The only way I'm able to show you this little arrow and read the top of it is by getting a light in here and holding my phone in there. I can't even get my head in there. And I always thought that switch was kind of like the back of the handle, just to begin with. I always thought that was kind of the back of the handle, and you were turning it, and you were using the other side of what it was pointing to. But it turns out that the long extended handle part is what tank you're actually going to be using. So again, if you rotate that over and it's facing the passenger side propane tank, that's the tank that you will mainly be running off. Now here's the thing. I always thought that once that tank ran out of propane, that's it. You have to make sure you switch it over to the other side and open the other tank up. Now I know you can also put this switch in the middle and you can run off both tanks, and that's going to pull from both tanks simultaneously. But I was always convinced that as long as this was facing one way or the other, that's the only tank the propane was going to come out of. Once that tank ran out, you had to make a switch. Well, it turns out that's not true. So if you have it facing, say, the passenger side propane tank, and you have both tanks open, it will pull from the passenger tank first, and it's going to use all that tank up. But when that tank empties out, as long as the driver's side tank is actually open, the bottle is open, it's going to start pulling from that tank as well. And I never knew that, and it always caused a lot of confusion of me wondering I thought the tank was empty, but I still have propane, or I always thought you had to switch it to the middle if you wanted to use both tanks. Now, what many of you probably do is you probably do keep one tank closed and one tank open, and the reason you want to do this is if you have both tanks open, and even if you have your switch set to the middle, the thing is, nobody wants to run out of propane at the dreaded 3 in the morning. That's the joke. That's when it always happens. If you're pulling from both tanks, that's what's going to happen. You're going to run out without knowing it. We do have the Mopica propane gauges that we use. It sends a sonar signal through the tanks. I've been pretty happy with them. I've read some mixed reviews. I've seen some people who really like them, some people who have not had much luck with them. We think they're great. And again, video to that if you want to go check those out in links below. But that's what we use. It's linked up to our phones and lets us know when our tanks are running low. But what most people do is usually keep one tank closed all the time. That way you're only running off one tank. That way when that one tank gets empty, you know you got your backup tank, it's completely full, you can switch over, open it up, and you can go get the other tank filled. So anyways, with this little switch up here, it was just always really confusing because I'm guessing like most of you, I bet you probably thought the same thing, that if it was pointed to one side or the other, that's the only side that could pull from. And it turns out that I found out that that's not true, that if you do have both your propane tanks open on the bottles, even if it's facing the driver's side, once that tank depletes of propane, it's going to automatically start pulling from the other side. You don't have to go in there and you don't have to put the switch in the middle. You don't have to turn the switch to the other side. So it's an interesting little tip that I think it confuses a lot of people. So hey, comment down below if you already knew that. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. We've always been trying to kind of figure it out, and we just, you know, again, always assume that, hey, we got to turn the switch to the other tank if we want to use it. And I sometimes, when I still had propane and it was facing, say, the passenger side, I knew that tank was empty, I couldn't figure out why my propane was still running, and I always just thought I had a good bit of gas still left in my lines. So I'm like, well, we still have some gas left in the lines, and that's why the stove is still working. You know, I'm going to still go out and switch to the other side, but hey, now I know it's going to completely pull from that other tank too. So you can run them however you want. You can keep that switch in the middle, use both tanks at once, completely drain them both empty, then go fill both up at the same time. That's fine. Or you can, you know, set it to one side or the other, but just, you know, be warned, if both tanks on the bottles are open, just because you have it set to one side, it will start using that other tank without you knowing it, and it may end up draining both at an inconvenient time when it's super cold out because you thought that one tank was going to empty and you'd have to switch it. So, and just real quick, one other tip or just some knowledge while we're talking about propane. Don't forget to check your propane carbon monoxide reader in your RV. I recently just switched mine out. They all come with these. They're usually located down on the floor. In fact, I guess through regulation, they're supposed to be within 6 inches off the floor, no higher than that. And these usually read propane and carbon monoxide. Propane rises, you know, sits down, falls low. It's a heavier gas. But these things die after usually a 5-year mark. It's almost to the day that it'll start chirping and letting you know that, hey, I'm about to stop working. You have to reset it. It takes like 2 days and then it starts chirping again. Basically, it's no good. You have to remove it. You have to basically cut the wires and hardwire a new one in. As well as, don't forget to check your regulators. Sometimes if you're getting a smell over by your tanks, it may be time to change out your propane regulator above your propane tank, because those do usually have a shelf life of about 5 to 7 years and need to be changed out as well. Those do have like a shelf life of about like 5 to 7 years that they need to be changed out as well. So don't forget to go out there and check those, see if you smell anything. You can use a propane detector to see if it's leaking, or just try to smell it. You can spray some soap and water on it. But just, we did have to replace one of our regulators. It went bad, so I just wanted to touch base on that real quick too. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you for watching.